If you ever thought that time was time, right? We measure it very accurately. My, watch here sync to the atomic clock in Denver, or wherever it is. Just let me give you an example. 15 minutes. Is that a large amount of time? A small amount of time? So have you ever sat through a baby crying? 15 minutes? Your baby crying? Have you ever been in an MRI scanner? Oh yeah, this section is just 15 minutes, then we'll move to the next section. 15 minutes can be a very long time, right? It's like, I'm trying to prepare the formula milk as fast as I can. I need to warm it up because you don't want ice cold milk from the fridge. I still got to get it from the fridge. But the baby doesn't care, understand, and it's just there crying, howling its brains out like it's in distress. Like, you've eaten all day. This is the first meal you're hungry for, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, right? It bothers you. 15 minutes is a long time if you're bothered, if you're uncomfortable, right? But then it could also pass very quickly. And I feel that's one interesting thing is time. We were taught in school that time is measurable. It's comparable. 1 minute in France is the same as 1 minute here. But we all know 1 week on the French Riviera is not the same as 1 week in California when you're working and going through normal life, right? One passes a lot faster than the other one, probably. Now, we all know generally that when you enjoy something, time passes quickly. And when you don't enjoy it, time passes very slowly. Like when you're doing homework and you don't want to do it, right? You're a little kid. You're studying. I guess you could fall asleep, right? That's what a lot of us did in college. But in terms of thinking about time as the same, I would say it's just not. Like saying hot is the same for everybody. It's not. You can measure temperature, but this may be hot to somebody and not hot to other people, right? Some people need their AC turned on to 62. That's definitely a first world thing because it takes so much energy. I do not recommend it. But some people have been used to it. Like a baby, they get used to stuff. You have baby wipes that are warm. Well, they're going to be used to it. You have milk that's warm. Well, they're going to be used to it, right? And you give them cold milk, they're not going to eat it. They don't like it. And that's the thing about time. It's all relative, right? We may have the same objective measure in terms of how we measure time just so it's comparable, but it's not comparable. Just disabuse yourself of the idea that you can compare 1 hour of your time to 1 hour of someone else's time. Let me give you a quick example. So you have a plumber. He's going to fix your plumbing issues that you've had days working on in 1 hour. You don't believe me? Go hire one. You're like, oh, minimum 1 hour plus a fee for driving over plus equipment fee. I mean, he spent like 10 minutes on this thing, right? But you spent days on this. Obviously, time is not the same. One person's time could be more valuable, right? Like, ever call a lawyer? You didn't know people could make that much an hour. Well, I guess you're paying them, right? And that's the thing about time. We have no way to describe this subjective view of time. We say it feels like a long time. It feels like a few hours, but we don't know how to compare, right? Because the thing is there an activity that everybody does the same amount of? Like, there's the McDonald's sort of Big Mac thing, comparing prices across different countries. The idea is the Big Mac may go up or down depending on currency, but it's going to be relatively the same depending on the purchasing value of their currency. Is that true? I don't know if it is, but at least it's some validity. But time. The time it takes you to mow your lawn, well, okay, no. The time it takes you to learn a piano piece by Tchaikovsky, well, no. It's just there's no activity that takes us the same amount of time to do. Even washing our face, some people do it faster. Brushing your teeth, I know you're supposed to do 2 minutes with electric toothbrushes now, they measure you. But some of us brush our teeth faster, right? I mean, it's just, there's nothing comparable. And that's a big problem with time. We have no comparable measure. All we know is, for some of us, time passes quickly. For something that passes slowly. Other people, it's the opposite. There's stuff we enjoy to do, time passes quicker. Stuff we don't enjoy, time passes slower. And that's all we could conclude, these rules of thumb. But we don't know how to compare our experiences with time. I think that's a big factor we're lacking.